enter Sundance. Don't tell anyone you entered Sundance. Everyone wants to post on social, I'm in Sundance. The problem is when you don't get in and whatever, 70,000 films don't get in, you now then have to publicly state, I didn't get into Sundance.
Hi, I'm Alex DeLerma, and this is the Cinema Gym. If these videos are helping you and you want to see some more, please like, subscribe, comment. Let's keep this thing going. Dave Payne, I have not seen you in, I don't know how many years. When was Reeker?
That was almost 20 years ago.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a long, long time ago, and you really scared me. Yeah, you've done a number of films, and when you're doing a film, then you go down the road of film festivals, and actors have to do that as well. And I think that we can talk a little bit about some information that may impact not just filmmakers but also actors. As far as today's topic, which is, are there politics in film festivals?
The answer is yes.
Okay. And what's one of the common things that you discovered or were surprised by?
I'll approach the answer this way. I'll talk for a second about the politics of just doing festivals in general versus any one particular festival.
Yeah.
So what we did, we had some good advisors at the time who were repping our movie, John Sloss, and they play the festival game. They know the festival game.
Right.
So they basically advised, and this is what I advise all filmmakers, that enter Sundance. Don't tell anyone you entered Sundance. Everyone wants to post on social, I'm in Sundance. The problem is when you don't get in and whatever, 70,000 films don't get in, you now then have to publicly state, I didn't get into Sundance. So the going excuse is we're not finished in post yet, or if someone asks specifically about Sundance, you say I haven't finished my film yet. So when you don't get in, it's like I missed the deadline. If someone wants to dig into it, you missed the deadline.
Right.
So that's how you smooth it over publicly. In the case of the movie we made that Sloss was representing, the movie Reeker you were talking about, it was very close to getting into Sundance. We had inside people through our rep, who knew what was going on. At the last minute, we didn't get in. Bummer, of course, but they, as far as the world knew, we never even entered it.
Right.
So it didn't stain the reputation of the movie as a movie that didn't get into the midnight section.
Right.
So very quickly we got accepted to both Tribeca and South by Southwest, and I forget which one was first. I think it was South by Southwest. So our big debut to find a buyer was South by Southwest. So next at Tribeca, also midnight, it's our next big opportunity to sell.
Right.
We find out that the Variety reporter is going to get in. And by the way, this is all about, the politics for us are all about, we got to get this movie sold, and we're using film festivals to launch its sort of, reputation and get people super excited about it. So at Tribeca, we find out the reviewer from Variety is going to come. It's a big break for us because we're going to get him in the room. And then there's a lot of people working, meeting him and trying to make sure he's coming at night. About a half hour before the screening starts, there's a line, a nice line at midnight, out to the city. It was great. But one of our people from our sales rep counted the people in the line. And they realize our theater's not going to be sold out. It's not going to be filled to the brim.
They want it filled to the brim. I thought you were going to say it's over.
No, that'd be a great problem.
Okay.
Because then someone could witness people being turned away.
Right.
So immediately behind the scenes, this is like a politicking on the day, the projector in the bigger screening room broke. So we had to move to a smaller screening room. So we were at 11A, suddenly it was like at 11B in Tribeca or whatever.
And now you're full.
And we had to turn people away. And we got a great review from Variety, and our offers literally doubled that night for the movie. So from a filmmaker perspective, the politics of playing film festivals can be very important for selling your movie.
And that's there's a psychological component to that I think is, I know some people may say, that's so silly. If the movie is good, it'll play just as well. And that's not true. That's smart that your team was on that and you guys made that shift.
Yeah, we learned a lot from that experience. As far as the politics of getting into a festival, I mean, like anything else in any business, not just Hollywood, it helps to know people. The more people you know, the more relationships you have with the screeners or the whoever works at the festival, and whatever agent you have, and the bigger the actor, it all fits together in some political mess.
To connect it to, because this podcast, all roads lead to the business and the art of acting.
At any advice, if any actor ever seems like they want to ask me for advice, I will immediately chime in with maybe unwanted advice, which is, you can work on your acting stuff with your acting coach and your acting teacher. That's all great. But the most important and the most underrated thing you can do is just be out there. Like, be social, make connections with people. And every time you're not in an acting class or working on your craft or working, you should be meeting someone for a coffee, helping someone on their short film,
Yes.
Volunteering, whatever. If it doesn't interfere with your union status, act in this student film. Just always be out there. You will never get work sitting in your apartment, sitting in your house, sitting in your parents' basement. It doesn't matter if you're the best actor in the world. It's going to usually come through a connection.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it's just...
There's a wonderful acting teacher, Kathleen Randazzo, who did another episode earlier today, and she was talking about what should actors do in between the jobs. And we were throwing out stuff, and I think, Dave, you just threw another valuable
Don't
piece
hide.
in there.
So if two actors come in, they're auditioning for you, and you're there with your casting director and your producers. Everyone has a little bit of a say.
Yep.
The director may or may not have final say, whatever. But often, let's assume it's a team decision.
Yep.
If that actor comes in and is able to make a connection, or has already had a connection with, let's say, one of those 5 people in the room, and they're just as good as that next actor who doesn't know anybody, that actor is getting the role.
Right.
I mean, it could be a 1% difference in that 1% could get you the role, and it may be as simple as you actually know the person, or maybe as simple as you went on IMDb before the read and you are able to make a connection, like, oh my God, my mom loved that scene. She always talks about it, that scene at Thanksgiving where you do so and so, and that's all you say. But the team's going to remember that moment, the connection in the room, even not even a connection at a coffee shop or at a short film. But no, the connection is, I can't stress it enough with these actors. It's just like, if you have any connection in that room or even on tape. I don't remember if Patrick did this, but we got all our auditions on tape for this commercial. And
Did you submit a self-tape?
I did.
yeah.
Did you ever come in live for a callback?
No, we didn't do that.
No, just right
Too low
right off
budget.
tape. Okay.
Yeah, no, but I don't remember if Patrick did this, but I know a couple actors said things like, I love the product, or that tent's pretty cool, or I like the brand. Like,
Right.
it's just a small thing. In theory, it could be a little cheesy, maybe, but I felt like these were outdoorsy people. Just a little extra. I definitely paid more attention to the people who used that extra 10 seconds before they shut off the recording to try to make a connection, to lob something out there.
Yeah.
Not just a read and then turning off the.
And that's and a good way to wrap this up is like those. There's a negative connotation applied to the politics of this or the politics of that. And it can be, but also it's just human nature that we want to feel safe, we want to get a good job done, and so then that's a little political too. That we fringely know him, or this person is a consumer of your product or claims to be.
Yeah.
And even if they're bullshitting, it's like, I want the guy who tried harder.
Right.
He made a little extra effort. He's hungrier.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
No, that was fun.
The Cinema Gym is all about helping you transition from the stage to the screen. If you're interested in classes, seminars, or private coaching, you can visit the website. Hope to see you in the gym soon.
thecinemagym.com for virtual one-on-one coaching for camera.